News and Views with Najma Kota standing in for Julie Ali. Syria War escalates. Rebels seize Aleppo, marking a dangerous new phase in the war. Syrian-based freelance journalist Sara Al Kassim joins us live out of Syria. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Sister Sara,
Yeah.
welcome to the program.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Then we must also acknowledge the fact that you made time for us this morning. We just had a bit of a hitch and you just saved us. So thank you very much for that.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Okay, can you provide an update on the latest as the war escalates?
Well, yes, let's start from what happened in the last 3 days in November. It started that the Syrian opposition, or let's call it as they call themselves, the military operation. They started to take control of the some villages of the western countryside of Aleppo, and also the southern countryside of Aleppo. And after 2 days, they completely could control the whole western countryside of Aleppo and the southern countryside of Aleppo, and they could manage to enter Aleppo city. After entering Aleppo city, they faced the Assad forces, and the Assad forces withdrew from there. So the military operations controlled Aleppo city, and now Aleppo city is no longer under the control of the Syrian regime forces or the Assad forces. It's now under the control of the military operations, the opposition, or as you just called them, the rebels. And now the situation is different, or somehow it's going, but it's not clear as it was for Aleppo. Now also the rebels or the military operations, let's call them, they are taking advance in Hama, and also they took advance days ago. They took advance in the countryside of Idlib, in the southern and eastern countryside of Idlib. They controlled very strategic areas for the Assad forces and also for Russia. They controlled Saraqib. Saraqib is a village which is on the road where the two international roads meet, the M4 and the M5. This village was very strategic for Assad forces and also for Russia because they have their military points there. So the military operations could manage to take control the southern countryside, the eastern countryside of Idlib also. They controlled Saraqib, which is very strategic. They controlled also some other very important villages in the southern countryside of Idlib, like Khan Sheikhoun and the Kifrembel Has and many other villages. Then they reached to the countryside of Hama. They took control of Murek, also very strategic, and now they are heading to Hama. But for Hama city, they are still away from Hama city. They didn't enter Hama city for the moment. We don't have, to be honest, we don't have accurate information about it because the Hama, they've been working on advancing to Hama city since 2 days ago. But what we know for now is that they are taking advance in controlling some villages in the countryside of Hama. But for Hama city is still under the control for now of Assad forces or regime forces.
Why is it regarded as a dangerous phase?
It's dangerous because we are now witnessing collapsing the Assad forces. We are witnessing now that Assad forces, with his allies, are not uh, trying to succeed or even to face the military operations or the forces are fighting them. We are witnessing the collapsing of the Assad regime forces. So it is very dangerous phase because what we know about this regime, this criminal regime, what we know about the Assad regime, what we know that they are using weapons, dangerous weapons against civilians. So, for example, yesterday they attacked 5 hospitals in Idlib city. Idlib city is so far away from the front lines, so they are
Mhm.
not attacking the front lines. They are attacking the civilians in the city, in the
Ah,
hospitals, in both countries, in Aleppo city and in Idlib city. Before yesterday, the day before yesterday, they attacked a hospital in Aleppo city, and just yesterday they attacked five hospitals in Idlib city. So it's a very dangerous phase because we are witnessing a collapsing of the Syrian regime forces, and also it's far away for dangerous for civilians because we know what this regime used to do years ago with the civilians, with the Syrian civilians everywhere, what they are interested in and what they care about. What they care is only controlling, no matter the civilians, what will happen to them.
mhm. So, how would this affect the region as a whole?
It's affecting the region in a very, strategic way and very quickly because um, some forces withdraw and some forces are taking advance. Some other forces are taking advance. So it's very, very, quick change. And through days, we are facing these changes very, very quickly. Um, it is somehow shocking for civilians, and it's somehow, you know, very important to see what the international community is about to do, what they are reacting to this, because what we care for now these days are very important. What we care for now from the international community, from the European communities, from all of them, is just to be with Syrian civilians, not be to be attacked with chemical weapons or with other massive destruction weapons used by Assad forces or the regime forces.
Is there a threat of that nature?
It's not threat. It's not a direct threat, but
Mm.
um, we are afraid because we some civilians are afraid because history tells us how they used in the past. They used massive destruction weapons. They used chemical weapons. They used everything in order to control on some areas, and collapsing these Assad forces in such a quickly means something. It means that the Syrian regime is weak, and we know when the Syrian regime is weak, we know that they use such weapons in order just to change the reality. They change their weaknesses by threatening others or by attacking civilians.
Hmm. So, what assistance is there for civilians who have been displaced in the Idlib province to return to their homes?
Assistant, you mean what
Uh,
assistant they need now?
Syrian, yes, the assistance they need, and in terms of the Syrian armed opposition, are they assisting in having these displaced people going back to their homes? Is that
Yes,
a possibility? Yeah.
yes, it's happening now that in Aleppo and in Idlib city, and in Aleppo is much more because in Aleppo now Syrians are returning to Aleppo city. Some Syrians who have been displaced for 5 or 6 years from Aleppo city, so they do not want to wait. So they are returning to Aleppo, even though it's somehow dangerous to this moment, or even though that we do not know what will happen in Aleppo city. But civilians are returning there, and we witnessed some assistance from the teams here in Idlib heading to Aleppo city, providing bread, for example, providing basic needs for those people who are living there, and
Mm.
also for the civilians in Idlib city. What's happening now, providing mainly the assistance for the patients, because as you know, we've just mentioned that they are attacking hospitals. So hospitals now, 5 hospitals are out of service.
Hmm. Is aid available?
Yes, it is available, but unfortunately, the hospitals attacked in Idlib, very, very important hospitals. We have like a square where five hospitals meet, where five hospitals exist. So what happened is that the attack attacked these five hospitals. So we are still waiting for updates about what's happening for these hospitals. Are they able to recover or to fix the situation as soon as possible? Because it's very important. And as you know, they've been working on these hospitals for years. They are being facing so many challenges like COVID-19, then the
Mm,
earthquake, and even the attacks on north of Syria never stopped. Never stopped in the southern countryside of Idlib, in the western countryside of Aleppo. Even before this military operations launching this military advances
mm,
to the Assad forces or the Syrian regime forces, even before this, we've never witnessed stop to the fire here in North Syria. They've never stopped. They've been
mm,
attacking for years civilians in the western countryside of Aleppo, where Al Atarib, Darat Azzi, and the front and villages near to the front line, and they attacked even Idlib city, far away from the front line, the southern countryside of Idlib, every place.
mm-hmm. Well, we can talk about the displacement of so many refugees as well after this break.
Thank you.
And stay ahead with Salam Media. This is Salam Media coming to you live from South Africa.
Valley's Motor Spares. We supply motor spares and accessories for all makes and models of motor cars, LDVs, bakkies, trucks, and earth-moving equipment. We deliver on time, every time. Please contact us via WhatsApp on 014-592-0925 or call 014-592-0925 or visit 28 Zenderling Street, Rustenburg. Remember the name, Valley's Motor Spares.
Sponsor an orphan, and you'll help support a vulnerable child to have the education they've always dreamed of, so they can build a brighter future. You'll be feeding a hungry stomach and a hungry mind with knowledge that will last them a lifetime. That's the power of an education. Sponsor an orphan now with Islamic Relief.
Discover the Africa of your dreams and surround yourself with her spectacular beauty. Relax beneath her serene sunsets and explore wildlife at its natural best. It's where the pride of Africa comes together. The Kwantu Private Game Reserve. Get to know the Big Five or cruise on an elephant safari game drive. Interact with lion and tiger cubs and enjoy world-class halal cuisine while we pamper you during your 5-star stay. Indulge in the true African experience. For reservations, call now on 042-203-1400 or visit kwantu.co.za. The Kwantu Private Game Reserve, the place of gathering.
Dad, these Frymax chips are so tasty. Wow, that really takes me back. My dad bought me a Frymax chips every day after school. They were my favorite when I was your age as well. Quality is at the very heart of what we do, and that's why we ensure that every Frymax packet is filled with the beautiful goodness and flavor-packed taste that you've come to expect from us since 1982. Frymax, from generation to generation.
Yasin Badat Financial Advisory. Are your financial goals feeling out of reach? Yasin Badat Financial Advisory is here to turn your aspirations into achievements. Our dedicated team, armed with a history of success, is ready to guide you through the complex nature of financial and investment planning. Whether you're a seasoned investor or new to the game, our personalized solutions cater to your unique goals and risk appetite. Trust in our commitment to transparency, integrity, and excellence. Ready to unlock a world of financial freedom? Partner with us today. Call Yasin Badat Financial Advisory at +27333462071 or visit www.yasinbadat.com. Yasin Badat Financial Advisory, guiding you to financial success.
Connect and stay ahead with Salam Media. This is Salam Media, coming to you live from South Africa.
We're back with you on Salam Media's news and views with Najma Kota, our very special guest, Sara Al Kassim, speaking to us out of Syria. She is a Syrian-based freelance journalist and joining us this morning, giving us the latest update on the latest rebels seizing Aleppo and marking or escalating the war in Syria. Jazakallah khair, Sara, for
Thank you so much. Jazakallah khair.
back to talk to us. Right. So, this war is ongoing, has been ongoing, and unfortunately, the civilians have been the victims, as always, innocent victims of a situation like this. So, when we speak of displacement, at the moment, before the break, we spoke about displacement within Syria. Now we have refugees that have crossed borders. What is the situation like currently in those regarding citizens leaving and finding refuge in other countries?
You mean exactly that we have some Syrian who are, for now,
So, yeah.
traveling from Syria to take
Yes, and
refuge.
over the years we know they've moved, and the situation is dire there, and there's obviously no control. It just, in other words, it's just escalating because you have another uh, situation right now. So the movement of these people, what is it like,
It's
if at all?
somehow for the moment not clear yet, but what we know, even before this escalation, we know that we only have borders with Turkey, and Syrians can travel only from Turkey. They travel illegally, unfortunately illegally, because we don't have any legal way to travel to Turkey or to other countries. We have some legal ways to enter Turkey uh, by being a trader, or by being working in Turkey and coming to Syria, or vice versa. We only
Mm,
have these methods, or these ways, sorry. But for now, civilians, even before this escalation, they've been traveling to Turkey, then from Turkey to other European countries. And we've seen massive movements of Syrian taking refugees, seeking refugee in European countries and in Turkey, even the last 3 years, because what's happening now, the economic situation cannot be satisfied with Syrians. We
mhm.
have so many, unresolved problems, issues, even in the areas under the control of the Syrian regime. For
Right,
me, myself, I've met with Syrians coming from areas under the control of the Syrian regime, then heading to Turkey, then to Europe.
right,
So yeah, it's so much dangerous, because we're not talking only about the areas under the control of the opposition. We are talking about the economic situation, which is
right,
pushing the Syrians everywhere to take refugee or to seek refugee in Turkey or the other European countries. And now it's even more urgent to collaborate with Syrians, or to focus on civilians' problems, because if we saw, or
absolutely.
if we, yes,
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
yes,
Please.
thank you.
Yeah.
If we stayed like this, or if the situation worsened, we will see more refugees. Maybe they are traveling to Turkey or to Europe only because they are afraid they will be attacked, or they are afraid that they will not work as they used to work, even before this escalation.
Right. How functional are your, I beg your pardon, your schools, etc.?
The schools are closed for the moment. The Let's say the all the uh, schools and other main facilities here are closed, unless the health one, because what we are afraid, or what the civilians were afraid of, happened, targeting the gatherings of people, of civilians, by sad airplanes. So what we were afraid of happened. So that's why they closed the schools. They closed the main points where civilians exist.
Right. Is food available?
Yes, you mean in Idlib?
Yes, where you are now. Yeah.
Yes, it is available. Everything is available now.
Hmm. Okay, that's good to know. So, in terms of just an overall overview, which you've already given us in terms of where we are at and how dangerous this phase is, but what is the general feeling of your neighbors, for example, or just your community at large? What is the general feeling there now?
Well, the feeling is I cannot know. I don't know how
I
to.
mean,
Yeah, how to
it's
solve it. It's so
yeah,
difficult.
you
I would.
fear, uncertainty,
Uh,
anxiety. Hmm.
Fear exists. Yes, fear exists. Anxiety, uncertainty, but we have some very big hope because,
Ah,
yes, because those civilians in Syria or in Idlib or even in Aleppo, they know that they could not enter the Syrian Assad areas because so much complicated to go there. It's not allowed to go there, even for men. Till this moment, I've met in Aleppo the day before yesterday. I was in Aleppo and I might be traveling today. I Yes, I met with some men. They are like 45 years old, and they are still afraid of Assad forces to withdraw them or to take them to the Syrian army. They said, I have children. I have to take care of my wife. I have to take care of my children. I have to take care of my house. So, how comes that I am 45 now and I am afraid that the Syrian army will take me once again to uh, to service
serve.
them? Yeah, to service them. And
Mm.
for people who are now in Idlib and around, they are very hopeful to return back once again to the home, to Aleppo, to Homs, Hama, and Damascus, Daraa, all cities, because we know that Assad regime for the past years, they never helped the Syrians to live a normal life. They never collaborated with citizens, no matter about the forces or the let me say the rebels. They never collaborated with the citizens away from the conflict zone. They detained so many innocent people, and they worsened the economic situation. They attacked the areas, no matter who are in these areas. So that's why Syrians are not able to return to their cities, and now they hope to return to their cities because they know that the rebels will not be as bad as the Syrian regime forces. They've never used a weapon against a citizen, a Syrian citizen, civilian, who's just calling for freedom or something like this.
Sure. Just very quickly, if I may ask, are you going for personal reasons to Aleppo, or is there professional reasons?
I'm a free journalist, and I'm so much afraid about this current situation. And in the meantime, I want to be close to the people to see their opinions, what they need, what issues they are facing. So that's why I might be traveling.
Okay, well, we wish you all the safety, all the best, inshallah. Allah
Thank
keep
you.
you
Thank
safe,
you.
else safe, and may you achieve what you've venture
Thank,
out to do today and bringing it to us. We really, really appreciate that.
thank you.
Thank you so
I will be
much.
glad also. Thank you. Jazakallah khair. I will be glad to share with you, inshallah.
We'd love that. Jazakallah khair. All the best,
Jazakallah khair.
Sister Sarah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
السلام عليكم. جزاك الله خير. السلام عليكم.
Alaikum salam wa rahmatullah. I'll be back with you right after this.